What's up, Tackle Warehouse fans? We're down here, ICAST 2024. We're down at the Gamakatsu booth. We've got our friend Mike McClelland over here to talk about a brand new hook. This is the Gamakatsu G-Finesse Stinger drop shot hook. Now, it's just like a lot of drop shot hooks on the market. I mean, it's you know, small, does a couple different things, but there's a few unique pieces of this hook that make it very different from everything else. I don't want to be the one to tell you about it. Mike, how do you see yourself using this drop shot hook and what makes it different?
Well, the whole thing about it, I mean, you know, we've all been using an Ayler Stinger hook for the past 3 or 4 years. I mean, phenomenal hook, tournament grade wire in the G-Finesse series. But the thing that makes this hook unique is the sizes it's available in. I mean, available in as small as a number 6, all the way up to you're holding a 1/0. So you've got a broad range. But the biggest difference is the fact that it's got the welded wire keeper. So when you're threading your baits, like when we go up north drop shotting for those smallmouth, it's such a big deal to thread your bait on rather than just nose hooking it. So the keeper is going to allow you to thread your bait on. It's going to hold the bait better for, you know, especially the minnow style baits, things of that nature. And it's a much better way, in my mind, to fish for those big smallmouth up north.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, you heard it here first. The Gamakatsu G-Finesse Stinger drop shot hook available now for pre-order on tacklewarehouse.com. Make sure you guys go ahead and head on over and check it out. Alrighty guys, up next in the Gamakatsu booth, we've got John Cruz here to talk about the 34R Hydroll.
That's right, yeah, it is a really, really nifty, slick hook. And when you're wanting to catch the crap out of them, let's say, on the poop style baits, this is the Missile Baits Bomba, but there's a number of baits like the Depths Cover Scat. You're looking for the right hook to use that comes in a 5 and a 6/0, and it fits in there perfect. And the really cool part about this is it's got a swivel built into the front of the hook. So you don't have to worry about line twist. And if you ever fish this category of baits, as you're reeling it, sometimes it'll come up and kind of roll, and so you don't have to worry about that. It also can be used with a zoom fluke, those style baits, to where you're working and twitching and the bait's kind of twisting all around. Don't have to worry about it. But there's also another version of this hook, this 34R, that does not have the swivel in the front. There are more conventional uses like, you know, flipping, pitching, Carolina rig, that kind of stuff. I love this style, this point, and the way this hook has come together. It's somewhat similar. If people look at it, they're like, it's kind of like the hybrid worm hook. It is similar, but it's a little bit narrower, more like a offset shank round bend worm hook. But you get that big barb, you get that super sharp point, and of course, you know it's going to be Nano Alpha. But I'll just rig it up real quick on this Bomba so you can see that bait goes up onto the hook, and it hides that whole swivel, but it still is allowed to function. So you can throw a bait just like that, hides that swivel, but you don't get that line twist. So that is a super, super slick. That was one of the first hooks that I've seen in a while to where I was like, man, why didn't I think of that?
That's cool. That's an awesome style of bait built around that. Has many different applications. That's the 34R and the 34R Hydroll, available now for purchase at Tackle Warehouse. John, thank you so much, brother. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right, up next at the Gamakatsu booth, we're here to talk about the Nano Alpha coating. It's already existed on a bunch of hooks, but Gamakatsu has went ahead and introduced it into a ton more hooks. I couldn't think of 3 better fishermen to talk about it. We're gonna go ahead and bump on over to Kyle Welcher to tell you exactly what that Nano Alpha coating is.
All right, guys, so the Nano Alpha technology is simply just a coating that Gamakatsu is putting on all the best-selling hooks. And what it does is it makes the hook actually 2 times slicker and 4 times more corrosion resistant. So over the course of a year, that means less rust in the boat, and that's always a good thing in you know, bass fishing applications. So the Nano Alpha is kind of just a new technology that we're coating the hooks with.
Awesome. And I think Wes has a couple, or a favorite hook in it he's gonna tell you all about.
Yeah, I've got the offset worm hook, and this is just a great hook. It's a great seller for us that we put the Nano Alpha technology on. It's a great hook for throwing a trick worm, weightless, or a little small zoom finesse worm, something like that. But the offset worm hook now has the Nano Alpha coating on it.
Awesome.
Yeah, one of my favorites is the EWG Superline hook. This is a hook that I'm throwing on a skinny dipper, frog, anything straight braid, making super long casts with. That Nano coat is 2 times slicker, so you get better penetration, which ends up with more hookups, which at the end of the day, more fish.
So for me, I know why people like the EWG. It helps rigging your bait extremely straight, but I am with Wes here. I like the offset round bend worm hook because I like having that hook point above the line tie. It gives me a lot more confidence whenever I'm setting the hook, and this is kind of an all-around hook for me for almost anything. I mean, from lightweight flipping all the way to big worms, kind of just my all-around hook is an offset round bend worm hook, and the Nano Alpha coating definitely helps.
Alrighty, you heard it here first. That's the Gamakatsu Nano Alpha coating. It's available now for pre-order at tacklewarehouse.com. And with that, we'll go ahead and wrap up the Gamakatsu booth. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it.